Thinking of taking a cruise on the Crystal Symphony and wondering, what are you going to eat on this cruise? Let's talk about this on my Crystal Cruise Symphony Dining Guide. Hi, I'm Jack with Luxury Cruise Tips. Do me a favor and subscribe to my videos. Hit the bell for notifications. I do post new videos every week about luxury cruising. So Crystal Symphony, as you've seen the past couple weeks, I've sailed on it recently. It was amazing. One of the things that people always ask about a high-end cruise is, what is the food like? So I want to take you through the food options by day part. So we'll look at breakfast. So for breakfast, if you want to just lay in bed or you're on an excursion, you always have room service as an option. And again, Crystal is an all-inclusive cruise line, so you're not going to pay any extra if you get room service. Now, your other option, and I think the most popular option on Crystal, is the marketplace. It is a buffet. They have food stations. They have chef-driven stations, so they're custom cooking. If you want an omelet, you don't have to worry about standing in line. You can let the chef know or let the waiters know. They'll bring it to you. They're very intuitive of remembering where you are. So they have great fruit, a lot of great options at Marketplace. Now your next option is, if you have time, would be down in Waterside. This is the main restaurant. It's a la carte, so it's course by course. You can ask them to speed it up. My experience there was allow 45 minutes to an hour for breakfast. So if you think you don't want to go to a buffet but you're in a rush, I would tell them as soon as you walk in, you need to be on a tour, you want to do something, and they'll try to speed things up for you. But it's definitely a great experience down in Waterside. Now, my favorite place is the bistro. The only problem with the bistro to me is it's not open early enough. If you get up at say 6:30 and you just want maybe a croissant or a coffee or a cappuccino, it's not open. So during our trip, which was a 2-week cruise, it seemed as though they were opening up the bistro at about 9 o'clock. To me, it would have made sense to have it open earlier, because as you were in the theater waiting for your tour excursion to depart, it would have been great just to grab something out of the bistro. But the bistro has a buffet, it's the coffee shop. So again, for a late riser breakfast, it's a great option. But if you want to go down early in the morning just to grab something, it's not an option. You have to go up to the marketplace. So those are your breakfast options. Now let's look at lunch, because you have a lot of options at lunch. Now for lunch, I think the most popular place will be the marketplace. Again, it is a buffet at lunch. It changes. There's food stations. The desserts are amazing. They have great salad stations. They have fresh fruit. They have cooking stations. It seems to change pretty much every day. So buffet, you can do it at your own pace. Your next option again is room service. Full menu for room service. If you'd like to eat in your room, they'll bring it to you. That's always a great option for lunch. A couple of my favorite options though would be the Trident Grill. So if you want a great burger or a sandwich or a panini, or believe it or not, a great hot dog, the Trident Grill is right there, right by the pool. You actually have to go up to the counter to place your order, and then you will bring it to yourself sometimes, or depending if they have a server there, we've had them bring it to us. But a lot of times they just tell you, so it's counter service, fast casual, and you're taking your food back. Another option right by Trident Grill is Taste. So Taste is sit down. I would say it's culinary world infusions, some mostly Asian inspired. Again, it is sit down. From what I saw, the menu does not change during the cruise, but there's a lot of great options on there. There was no additional cost for Taste, so don't worry about that. Now, your last option would be the Waterside. So Waterside, again, just like breakfast, sit down, full menu, 3 or 4 courses, but it really is at a leisurely pace. So do not expect to go there if you want to get in and out in 15 or 20 minutes. It's just not happening. Enjoy yourself. Now, The other thing I want to stress is that, remember, Crystal is all inclusive. So all day, no matter where you are, alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages, wines are always included, mixed drinks. And what I will say is the brands and the level of quality of beverages are very high throughout the ship. You'll find, I would say, between 15 and 20 included wines. They tend to add some at each of the restaurants, may have different ones, but if you see one you like, they'll typically have it or be able to get it for you, but they are included. If you don't like the included, they will have additional at an additional cost, but I think the brands that they have been great on board. Now, during the day, again, for lunch if you want, or just as a snack, you can always head to the bistro, and they are changing the buffet there. The nice thing is, if you like sweets, which I do, the bistro has some amazing cookies and cakes. They also, for the healthy-minded of us, they do have some fresh fruits. They'll have little sandwiches, but it's always a great place to go if you just want a quick hit and run, or you just came back from a tour and you don't want a formal sit down, you don't want to run and get lunch, you can grab something there. Dinner, you have a lot of different options. So with dinner, again, room service option. So you get the drift of room service available for anything, snacks, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I think the most popular place for dinner is Waterside. Again, look at 4 to 5 course dinner, an hour to 2 hour experience. They'll get you cocktails. They'll have the table set with both red and wine glasses. The waiters are great. The bread is very good. So at Waterside, what happens is you have the classic menu, which that page is typically the same for the whole duration of the cruise. Then you have the right-hand page, which will change every day. If there is something that you want and you have a dietary restriction, just talk with the maitre d' your first day. Let them know what your restrictions are. They have been great to work with in terms of that. If you do see something a prior day and they don't have it again, or you want a baked potato and they may not have that, they're very good at that. I like salad. They had arugula salad one day. They didn't have it other days. I asked and they had it and they made it for me. So Waterside is probably the most popular place for dinner. Now the other place that is available for dinner is Taste. Again, these both are included, no additional fee. Now with Taste, the key here is that the menu is, again, it's culinary world fusion, they call it. They're small plates, that's what they say, but I can tell you some of them come out rather large and some come out small. And they just bring them out as soon as they're done. So you might order something and you think that's a salad, but it may come later and the entree may come earlier. It's a lot of fun. I will say you definitely want to try a lot of different things there. And they have some really good signature drinks there as well. Now you do have 2 restaurants that are included, but there are limitations dependent upon what level of stateroom you're in and how long your cruise is. So as an example, you have Umi Uma, which everybody talks about as Nobu at sea. So it is amazing, amazing food. They have sushi, it's Asian, the black cod is amazing, they have Wagyu beef. Again, if you're on the cruise up to 9 days, it's free for one experience unless you're in one of the suites. If you want to go an additional time, there is a cost, and you just have to make that reservation with the maitre d' up front. As long as they have the availability, they'll charge that to your room. If you're in a suite, you can go there as often as you like. It's definitely an experience worthwhile doing at least once, and in my opinion, it's worthwhile paying for. Again, the food was very good, the tea was good, the sake was good, they had some interesting drinks, the desserts were good, so that's a great place to go for dinner. Your last option for dinner is the Osteria. If you cruise Crystal in the past, everybody thinks about Prego. Get rid of that thought. This is a totally different experience. I actually like Prego better. I thought the food at Osteria was very good. The decor is very similar. It's something that, again, very similar to Umi Uma. dependent upon the number of nights of your cruise. So 0 to 9 nights, you get one experience unless you're in a suite. Once you hit 10 nights, then you get 2 experiences. So you actually have, you can use them any way you want. So just let me go back on that. So you get 2 of the specialty restaurants if you want to eat at Umi both times. You can do that. If you want to eat at Osteria both times, you can do it. If you want to split it, and again, if you're on 10, 11, 12, 14 days, you'll get 4 of the specialty restaurants. If you want to eat at the Osteria a second time and you only have 1 available, you can pay, again, just see the maitre d' or talk to your butler as well. So those are really the 4 locations for dinner, plus room service. The thing is that anybody who's sailed on the Symphony in the past may remember that Marketplace was open as a Brazilian churrascaria or rodizio. That is not open any longer. They do not have a buffet up there. Nothing is happening up there. I asked if they were going to bring that back because it seemed to be popular. I couldn't get anybody to answer my question. Other things that I think are really, really nice that Crystal does on the Symphony is pre-dinner drinks. So if you're in one of the bars prior to dinner, I would say at about 7 o'clock, they are bringing hors d'oeuvres around, hot and cold at all the bars. It's a really nice feature. And similarly, if you're around the ship at about 10 o'clock at night, they are bringing around snacks as well. As an example, we went to the saloon several nights and they were bringing around some Asian snacks. They were bringing around pizzas, and the pizza was very good. Also, you can go to the bistro, and I think that they were open till about 10 o'clock, and they had some sweets also. Again, in my opinion, I wish they were open later, because if I didn't want the dessert at dinner, I could have stopped and had something there. The bottom line is you will not go hungry on the Crystal Symphony. Food quality is amazing. Plating is amazing. The service is amazing. The flexibility of the staff is amazing. So you have a lot of different options on the Symphony. Enjoy your cruise. Send me some feedback on what you thought of the food when you've cruised. And again, this is Jack with Luxury Cruise Tips.